hot. I'm sweating. Okay, I'm sweating.
There's snow outside.
It's January 1st. We just came out of a snowstorm, like a big one.
It wasn't even a big one.
But it's cold as fuck.
Yeah,
okay,
it's lovely
but it's hot
outside.
as fuck in this house. It's weird.
That's because you have your heat on and it travels upstairs, and the studio is upstairs in your house.
Well, it was cold this morning.
It was cold this morning. Yeah. I think you should just get a hammock and sleep here in the studio.
Ooh.
Just one of those small little, like, hammock ones.
And just in the middle of the studio.
Yeah, yeah. Just it doesn't even swing
great,
that much.
Dude.
It doesn't swing that much. It's just like a hammock on a metal base.
You're a nut.
I am a
That's
nut.
pretty cool. I like that.
But you would be nice and warm here up in the studio. These foam pads really make it nice in here.
Okay, then I have to do the entire room in foam pads.
Yes, and then you'll be nice and quiet, and you'll actually get good sleep, and then you won't be so stressed out all the time because of your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How was your weekend, Jay?
Man, good. Oh, shit. I keep forgetting we're on YouTube, and I got stuff out on the studio floor because we're real here at the Next on Stage One studio. So,
ladies and gentlemen, if you see anything or hear anything
you didn't
on this,
really see
it's
that shit.
Allegedly.
You didn't see nothing.
We can't condone nor deny the things that's going on here. So we do try to keep it 18 plus.
Yeah.
We are in Colorado, so it is perfectly legal, the things that we do.
Well, that was oregano anyway.
Yeah, that's totally oregano. Yeah, totally oregano.
Yeah. So, I'm doing good. It's the beginning of the year. See, we're actually on the first day.
I'm excited.
Of the year 2022. So, I am hoping that we're going to have a much better, because it's getting a little bit better. 2020.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Fuck you, 2020. 2021 was okay. I'm hoping 2022 is going to be kind of more of on an upswing. So
we did have a lot of friends that we lost last year.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of things happened, a lot of ups and downs, and we talked about that in the last episode where we did a year-end review.
Yeah.
You know, and so this year I'm excited.
Fresh new start.
Yeah, I'm ripper and ready to go.
Do some new shit. Yeah, baby.
We're going to get down and dirty.
Getting down and dirty.
Because that's what we're doing here on Next on Stage One. My name is Pixie.
And I'm Mr. J.
And we have 42 years in the adult industry.
That's a lot of time.
It is. We are Denver's favorite adult entertainment podcast.
Yep.
We are. We have a lot of fun. We tell a lot of stories. We do a lot of things that may not be in your social norm.
No.
But we have great experiences, and I don't regret anything that I've ever done.
Oh, no, man. This is grassroots stuff. Sometimes you got to do things maybe you don't even want to do to get where you're going. I've always looked at it that way. So there are certain jobs that all of us have to do, and we know the behind the scenes. On how what makes these things run,
right?
know?
I would rather have done what I've done for the last 22 years instead of
some of them other bullshit
some
jobs?
of the other damn horrible jobs.
Oh
yeah, you could be slaving away at minimum wage, but I can shake my butt and
make more money than half the people
exactly.
out there.
And I can have fun with it, and I can dress how I want, and I can talk how I want, and nobody's going to restrict what I do. There might be consequences where somebody doesn't like it, but that's not on them. That's on them, not on me.
Well, that's what's been really, really cool about this experience that we've gone through together over the past year and a half, is that we've been able to explore that grassroots just from the, I'm not going to say plebs, but, we're kind of on the lower echelon. We're the grassroots, man. We're the roots that makes everything work. If it wasn't for the rest of us doing the bullshit jobs, society wouldn't function, okay?
Exactly.
And see, there are things that certain people do in order to make a little bit of money that might be seen as seedy. And we've been able to open the eyes of a lot of people that listen to us. That they say, hey, these are real people doing real things, and they have real feelings, and maybe my perceptions might be a little bit off about.
It's different. I do have a correction from last week.
Yeah.
My correction is that I said on the show that I don't care about listeners, that I care about downloads, and that I was wrong. I care about the people who are listening to the show. The downloads don't mean anything without the people that are listening.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I misspoke. Sometimes I don't get my words quite the way that they're supposed to be. We have been here day one. We do the show because you guys enjoy it. We do the show because we enjoy it, and that really helps us continue to do what we do.
All right. So, do you want to go through another mission statement again, kind of in this whole new year, where you want what you want to see, what I want to see? Because I'll tell you what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
I want to stay where we've always been. I want this to be a healthy, natural, organic type thing. I want to do something that's positive. I think this is positive.
This is totally positive.
We've had a number of people that have said this has kind of reached out to them and touched them during their hard times or whatnot. We've experienced things with people that have been on the show that have continued on to, or maybe not even continued. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So we're sharing so many things from the grassroots perspective that I really think I want to worry more about sharing more of those experiences, getting more interviews in here, concierge interviews. I want to see things from their perspective. The maid, I want to hear the stories.
I want to hear the seedy background, delightful
that nobody talks
about. Well, we did get one of our followers, our listeners, one of my friends, Turducken, she did ask us a question on Twitter, and she wants to know, because you wanted to say we want to do more about what our listeners are looking for. And this is a question that came in for us.
From a grassroots lady.
Yep,
okay, good.
For our stripper perspective on relationships.
Okay.
So she wants to know, she has a question, how do you keep a relationship spicy? We're all about the spicy.
Okay, how do you keep a relationship spicy?
Yeah.
From the grassroots.
Well, from our perspective.
As strippers. You want to go first?
Yeah. Well, I like to think of there's so many different things that you can do to keep your relationship spicy, right? And realistically, it's listening to your partner. If your partner maybe wants to try out a new toy, like we did with the sex doll company, where we talked about it, we interviewed the sex doll company, that kind of thing that can really open up a relationship to be more spicy.
Okay.
Is listening to one another. You can take them to the strip club, but not everybody is prepared for the strip club. So you kind of have to know your partner and know what you're kind of getting into. What about you? What do you think? How do you keep a relationship spicy?
I think the mistake because I've seen it from both perspectives. I think a lot of relationships go wrong where the roles are not defined.
Yeah.
Okay? Women like men. Okay. And they want men to be men in a relationship.
I do. Yes,
okay?
I agree.
And when a man is being a man, a woman finds that attractive. And vice versa. When a woman's doing woman shit, a man is like, ooh, and that's the baseline type stuff. If you keep that right, everything else from there will work itself out. She'll be more open to doing more things if you're defining your male role.
Right.
I'll give you an example. Sometimes, and this is very tricky because sometimes no doesn't really mean no. And I know that's fucked up, okay? But I'm hoping you as a woman understand that sometimes
when I'm in a relationship, like when me and Big D, we are role playing or we're acting out some sort of spicy scene, sometimes the no is not it's not a no, it's a yes. And there's always an underlining safe word to whatever we do.
Right, okay.
So the no is like, oh, damsel in distress.
Right,
no. Right. And it's never misconstrued what the other person wants, because we've listened to each other when we take time with each other during sex.
Okay.
So it's not a no, it's more of a damsel in distress kind of no. Like I'm being a brat. But it's understood between the two people. There's consent there.
Okay. All right. Consent.
Always. Yes.
Always consent.
Always.
Okay. What is no for you as a woman? How would you define that as to a man, making it clear I don't want to proceed?
Usually it's definitely, it has a different tone of voice.
Okay.
It's understood. I'm looking the person in the
Are
eye.
you distancing yourself from that person?
Yeah, I clearly set boundaries, and when it's too much, usually the safe word comes in. The safe word is not something I play around with.
Mm-hmm.
The word no, I play around with the word no. The safe word, totally different. It doesn't come up. It doesn't sound like anything you would use in a normal discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I've used the word tugboat before.
Okay.
You know, that's not a normal.
Something that's odd.
That's odd. Yeah,
okay,
you wouldn't, and then
you can't miscategorize that.
and
I
you
get
can
that.
definitely tell that I'm not playing around. And
Okay.
and if he says the same word, because that's the
Ouch,
safe,
that hurts.
yeah, he's like, absolutely not.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. And Big D definitely has his boundaries.
Okay.
So so when you're getting consent, you're talking to the other person, you know what that person is about.
Okay, so you're also coming from the perspective of a married
Yes.
couple that have been together for quite
Yes.
some time. You got to also take into account there are people that they're messing around that haven't been together as long,
Right.
you know. So maybe they don't have those boundaries. Or,
I would definitely suggest that if you don't know the other person, make sure before you engage, you really shouldn't throw yourself on anything. You shouldn't just like let anything into your temple or ride upon your temple.
Okay.
Or it should.
I get that. I get that.
I feel like we as society, we should respect ourselves a little bit more than just to jump on any grenade.
Now, I don't want to get anyone confused in
Yeah.
this conversation because you've already defined what married couples do, okay?
Right.
But not everyone is married.
Not everyone is
okay?
married.
And what if you want to keep things spicy in a relationship in which you're not married to a person? Maybe you've been with that person for, say, 3 to 6 to 12 months. You're not living together, but you have done things. You explored things that are way spicier than normal
Right.
people would.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, and you don't have those established defined boundaries. Now, the thing is that people don't realize that there are consequences, unfortunately, to some of these relationships. And when it does go south, one of those people might want to scream, "You did something wrong to me." No, bitch,
Right.
I was there. You know,
Right.
it didn't play out like
Right.
that. So
For me, it's I don't just jump on the grenade. I think I've only had, well, I know I've only had one night stand. So
and I've had a number.
yes.
Okay,
So,
and that's what I mean about
So
sometimes
how-
no doesn't entirely mean no.
So how do you know? Do you make sure that you're not drinking? Do you make sure that there's? Are you always checking in with the person?
I never fuck drunk women. Period.
Oh,
That's
that
just a
is,
rule.
it's
You know,
it's like
it's always
Keanu
been.
Reeves, who never puts his hand on a woman. He like puts his hand behind
Right.
somebody, and then nobody, you know,
Right,
he doesn't go out on dinners with
That's
any.
smart.
Yeah,
That's smart.
He's very conscious of his wife. He's very conscious of what he does and
Right.
his actions, and making sure that nothing comes off anything other than who he is.
But at the same time, when we're speaking of that, if I've been with a girl for, say, 3 to 6 months and we've been together and we
Yeah.
know our weirdness and all that kind of thing, we drink a lot together
Yeah.
and we're both drunk and we happen to end up fucking, that's happened.
Right.
Okay? Because
Yeah.
then and I know the law, but do you see the situation?
I see it.
You see
It's
what I'm
a
saying?
very
I've been with
spicy
this girl for a
situation.
minute.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you keep the relationship spicy without breaking the societal norms or what they say is acceptable and not acceptable?
Right.
Okay, because the thing is, I know women, dude.
Yeah.
Some women do want to be choked. They want to be choked the fuck.
Yes.
I'm just
Yes,
being real,
yes,
dude.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you go in as a nice guy, you're not fulfilling that. What
Right.
you know, because
Right.
there's a difference between how
How spicy you want to go. Yeah.
The difference between fucking and making love.
Yeah, and a lot of that is, it's realistically, it's the consent that we keep talking about.
Okay.
Because we don't ever, even as a married woman, I want to make sure that the person I'm fucking is having a good time. I want to make sure. I don't always check in with Big D. I just kind of, I do what I like.
We're yelling married.
We're married, yeah. But how do you do it? Do you got her pinned up against the wall, and you're like yes, and she's like yes, and you just keep
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah. Well, then
Yeah.
then that way there's a look, there's a head nod.
Right.
There,
It's the subtleties that come
right.
with it. She's gonna let you know if she. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And like you said, you don't fuck women that are drunk.
No.
Unless it's together and you guys have.
I've been hearing about this thing
Yeah.
where, and let me ask you this, because this is a very good question to explore. When it comes to keeping things spicy in a relationship, when it comes to married couples, there are boundaries. Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to people, and maybe we should just wait till we're married, and then we got firm set boundaries. Maybe that's what makes sense. But most of us aren't doing that.
Yeah. Some of us we had sex well into our teens. Young. We were young, dumb, and. Well, you know the rest of the story.
Yeah. We weren't as bad as the free love in the 60s, though.
No, but I mean, there's a lot of different cultural things and a lot of different age changes.
If you were to ask me how to keep things the spiciest, you have to start by fertilizing the roots of the entire thing. Women, go out of your way to, when your man is just sitting around and he's watching TV and he says, "Ooh, I'm hungry." If you ain't doing shit, and make him a good meal.
Yeah.
It's not beneath you to make your man a meal,
No.
okay?
No.
And I promise you, if you take these little steps and you throw things that are womanly at him without expecting to,
and
he's
you
going to be
give
taking care of the man
compliments.
shit.
Compliments go a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being like, oh, you.
So fertilize those roots.
It's like, thank you for cleaning the snow off my car. It's the gratitude that go
shit.
with it. Yeah.
Right.
But how do you do that like on a one night stand?
You don't.
You don't. There's not there.
Because it's a one night stand.
And maybe you shouldn't be jumping on those grenades.
Ooh, now I get you. Good.
Maybe you should be thinking about like, is this person the right kind of person? Because we always hear those terrible stories. He ain't shit, or
later
he's a terrible father. Those kind of things. Well, maybe you shouldn't have jumped on that grenade to begin with.
So fucking fast.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Maybe. Okay, so this
did we answer that?
We did. So this question brought up made me want to go out and find some other questions.
Okay.
Some other questions from the internet, and I found a whole bunch on Reddit of questions that have already been answered by a whole bunch of people, and I figured we could go through a couple of these and see if maybe we could help out these lonely, broken hearts on Reddit.
What do I know?
Well, we're going to take this as fun and entertaining.
Okay.
Allegedly.
That's what this show is all about.
This is fun.
Man.
We are fun here. We're not Debbie Downers, so let's see.
And we haven't done stripper questions from the internet.
We haven't done
stripper questions from the internet.
Yeah, so here's one.
Yeah.
I am a 21-year-old female, weirded out my boyfriend, 25, male, porn fetish, and it's making me question his sexuality and my relationship with him. Hi, Reddit. I feel the need to say this. First, I'm not judging anyone or kink shaming anyone, but this is about my personal preference, which you are allowed to have, girl. The fact that I don't find men with that type of fetish attractive. Okay. We don't know what the fetish is, so so let me give you some background. My boyfriend and I have been together for about 18 months, so they're established.
Okay.
Yeah,
established.
They're established.
Year and a half.
Some people get married after 6 months, okay? All right, which I think is...
Go on.
I've always thought of him as a guy's guy. So one day we're talking about porn and fetishes. I started telling him about all of my fetishes and stuff, and I asked him about his. He told me he liked girl-on-girl stuff and rough fetishes. But when I asked him to show me what kind of videos he's been watching and tried to take his phone...
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
And check his history. Don't do that. And he suddenly grabbed his phone from my hand and got all nervous and weird. I'm not proud of this, but something felt off, so I waited till he slept. Don't do that. And he went through his phone.
Don't do that.
And I saw his history was shocking to me. He had pretty disturbing stuff. I'm not going to pronounce it.
That's why I hate these goddamn phones.
Yeah. And video about becoming feminine and
Oh no.
yeah. And so addiction, and there were videos of other videos going on there that really got to her. As you can imagine, the point I was shocked.
Your man was a freak.
Your man was a freak, and I was crying, and now I have no idea what to do. I just want to clarify that he can do whatever he wants, and that she was just shocked because it was her boyfriend, and she's semi-hurt about lying about what he's watching.
Yeah.
She read online that porn isn't always an indication of what somebody likes. Her boyfriend,
unless you see a lot of it.
Well, yeah, you know. And
now, how do you feel about that? Because the thing is that all of us, if I looked at your phone would have I'm sure your phone has a hint. No, actually,
a smut?
Maybe. Yeah. Does it?
It has a hint of smut.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's more like reading smut.
Big D, more than likely, if I looked at his history, has in his history, and I can tell you for certain, mine does.
Yeah.
I try to keep that controlled, okay?
Right.
But all of us, I mean, it's in our little mini fucking computers, dude. You know, and it's easily accessible.
The porn is in the palm of your hand, per se.
You shouldn't be looking at other people's shit.
Well, you're just asking for trouble. If you feel like something's off and you think that something's off and then you go looking for trouble, yeah, it's probably already there. We all know it's not shameful to look at porn, but it depends on how aggressively you're looking at porn.
When should you be worried, though? You know, because I tried to put myself in that guy's situation as well. And I've looked at some seriously shady shit over the years. I'm not saying now, but back in the day,
VHS type.
You know, when porn really became accessible, and I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot of it. Oh, people fuck dogs. What?
That's
you
gross.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
that's
gross, but
That's
every
gross.
man has gone to a zoo type channel just to go.
It's gross.
Do people really do?
Yeah,
they
it's
really
gross.
do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The 2 girls in 1 cup that you
gross.
fucked me up with. You know what I mean?
That was a viral moment.
But
everybody was doing it.
You know, so
it was
it
also
shocking
gross.
if you see it in their history? I'm not sure unless you see it recurring all the time. Is there a big space between the times that they're looking
we
at
don't
this
we
kind
don't
of
know
stuff?
about those kind of things.
You got to take a lot of stuff into account because the thing is, all of us have this problem.
Well,
we look at weird shit.
My thing is that how serious is she willing to get with this boy, this guy, this man, adult man? He is 25. He is in his prime. He's
going to be looking at weird shit.
He's probably got high drive, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the time where you do set up, if you're willing to go to the next step, which would be marriage, engagement and marriage, then you kind of have to put in those boundaries.
You would have to know.
You would have to know.
You would have to say to your husband, I don't want you, you got to, if we're going to be married, you can't do that anymore.
Right. There should be, you have to have your own personal boundaries, and you have to know what the other person is into to make sure that there's no snowball that's going to hit you 5 years down the road. If it's a completely life-changing moment 10 years down the road, you probably want to know. But in reality, searching through somebody else's phone is probably going to give you more of a heart attack, hurtful than anything.
Now, I will pose another question to you when it comes to this, because unfortunately, a lot of people do things in the past that come back to haunt them later. Mm-hmm. Do you think in a relationship that you should be upfront with someone about your previous history? I don't tell everybody that, you know...
I don't need to know everything in your background. I don't need to know all of that stuff to the letter. But having a little bit, you know, knowing... I don't need to know the exact number of your kill count of how many women you fucked.
Wouldn't you want to know?
Not the exact number.
You wouldn't, well, not the exact number, but I'm feeling that you would want to know the bigger. I'll pose this as a question. You know, if Big D, let's just say that one day his no, we're not saying,
Do it.
Okay.
Big D is our sound guy, by the way.
And we're just using this as an example.
Yeah.
This never
don't.
happened.
No.
Let's just say a video pops up of him with he's got a foot fetish. A video pops up of his feet, and they're his feet.
Oh
and
God, I
someone's
would
pouring
know.
Chocolate syrup and sucking his toes. What if that were to pop up? Wouldn't you want to know that because that's just a little bit odd, or is that something that you would let him keep himself?
I would be curious and want to know why and how much he got paid.
Okay.
And why he didn't tell me. It wouldn't be a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker. But I would be curious.
But a lot of people do things that are a little bit more serious than that. Two girls, one cup.
Right.
You meet someone, you have no idea what her history is. Is it fair that before you take that next step?
Yes. If you are that committed to the other individual, yes, you would like to know. And it shouldn't be off the table. If somebody is not able to be honest with you and give you that common courtesy, well, maybe you might want to rethink that kind of relationship.
Unfortunately, people lie, and that's
they
the thing
do.
that sucks. These things come back to bite you in the ass much, much later. She who must not be named. If we had gotten married, and we had been married at this point, and I had found certain things up on the hub, which. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are there, but I know this person. Yeah. She would have never said anything about it. And one day I would find it, know that it's easily accessible to people in my family, nephews, nieces, that type thing. Auntie.
If it's out there on the internet, it's out there forever.
Right. So
yeah, I think a lot of it is you don't want to build your relationship with another person based upon lies. You want to have
communication.
Yeah, you want to have open communication. You want to have trust. You want to have all of these things that build a solid relationship.
Keep in mind, there's a risk that might be a deal breaker, though.
It might be.
A number of times, but I guess honesty is the best policy.
Well, with us, we've always said we want consent. When we talk to another individual and we're putting our bodies, and we're strippers. We're retired strippers, and we want consent to be able to touch us. We want consent to be able to talk to us. We want to know that the engagement is going to be not harmful for us when we put ourselves out there. That's what we do.
Okay.
And a lot of our stuff in the background, we've done a lot of interesting things, and it's always been because we wanted to.
And if I'm dating someone, I'm not going to fill them in on everything,
Everything.
Until we're ready to take that next step. And then I guess I would say to them, maybe we need to have a discussion. Yeah,
a discussion is always great as long as you're not lying to the person about that discussion. As long as you're, let's move on to another question.
But people on the other side, give those people a chance to at least explain shit.
Right. Okay, here, I got another one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm 29, male, in a weird place with potential relationship with a partner that's 21, female. She knows I'm attracted.
21.
Yep, and he's 29. She
Yeah,
knows
dude.
I'm attracted to her, and she has told me that she's slowly becoming attracted to me.
Slowly becoming attracted.
Slowly. But my question is, what is the best way to tell her my love language is physical touch?
Dude.
Hold on. For some context, whenever she's over sitting next to me, our legs and shoulders are touching. She lets me touch her hands without hesitation. I feel like I'm being selfish when I want to hold her. She's not big on hugs at least.
Because she doesn't like you.
Hold on. She has bad dealings with men in the past, so I comprehend completely. So that is the question, is how do you tell somebody your love language is physical touch? Some people are physical, Jay.
No, dude. No, come on, man.
No, take the question.
Control yourself, young man.
He wants to be physical with the woman he's dating.
And she's not reciprocating it, so she's not into it. Find someone else. Move on. She's not the one.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Sorry. That's always going to be friend. And if you can sit around and hopefully one day that'll blossom or something, but something cataclysmic has to happen in order for that to happen. You save her life or save her daddy's life.
Or you have to really kid gloves that person. You really have to show them step by step, and that's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
That's a lot of work, and it does kind of feel like what you were saying in the beginning. She might just not be into you.
Yeah.
You might.
And if you see her physical with being touchy-feely with other people, then obviously she
you.
is a physical person,
Right.
but not with you.
Right. If her best friend brother comes into town and she's like running up, giving him hugs and stuff,
Yeah.
she's a physical person.
Right.
She's just not physical with you.
Right.
And so sometimes
and you were being too touchy. I'm a physical person.
I'm
I just like touching
I'm
people.
a physical person.
Get the fuck out of here with that. Grow up, dude.
But
and I'm not. I'm really not.
Big D's love language is doing stuff for other people. It's like put your seatbelt on.
Okay.
Or take care of yourself, or certain things. His love language is being that strong silent type. So his love language is different than mine. Mine, I'm like flopping over him, I'm talking to him, I'm touching on him, I'm in his bubble. That is my love language.
And don't get me wrong, I understand what you're saying, because I know fathers and grandfathers. It's shocking to me when I walk into some white families and the grandfathers and the fathers are touchy and lovey with everybody. I'm like, God damn, y'all some touchy people. Because my dad is no way like, love you, son, from way over here, you know?
Yeah.
So I get the touchy-feely, but I think he means touchy-feely in more of a romantic type.
Right.
How come she's not...
How come she doesn't want to hold my hand?
She's 21 years old, dude.
She's young.
You know,
she probably doesn't even know herself that well.
You don't know that girl. She might have just had her titties pop out. I mean, that happened. She might have been a 20-year-old. The 20 went, boop, and the braces come off and the glasses.
She might also have been really affected in her past. And that's something only you guys can sit down and talk about. It's really got to be, that's a deep discussion.
That's a natural organic thing. She will reach out to you or allow certain things as they without withdrawing.
All right.
She's not into you. Sorry.
All right. This one's a question for women, so I think I might be able to answer this one. What do you want a guy to bring to the table? Long-term relationship, possibly a life commitment. What is negotiable and what isn't? A bit of a weird question. What do you wish him to ask you to bring?
Okay, all right.
So this
is geared towards women.
Yeah. So
what should he bring to the table?
Yeah. So what?
Okay, this should be good.
What do women want, and what should he bring? Well, first of all,
no. Define the question. Okay, don't go just first of all. No. What is the question? Because
the question is, what do women want from a guy? What do they want for a guy to bring to the table?
Okay.
Well, I know what I want.
What?
I want a man to basically all of the things that feminists don't want.
Okay. Then you're old school.
I'm old school. I like a nice, strong partner that is going to properly balance out my crazy.
God damn.
And that's what I want.
Properly balance.
Balance.
Yes.
Balance.
That's my balance.
Balance.
That's my partner, and it balances me out.
Every relationship that I ever want to be in, it has to be 50-50, 100-100. It's got to be equal. It's got to be both people doing different things. If I'm slacking and he has to pull up my stuff, it's not a balance. Something's going to go wrong. Something's like there's going to be a sprocket like bouncing out of the relationship. Something always goes wrong when there is not a proper balance. So what I look for is for somebody that's going to compliment me as I compliment them. It should be a together kind of joint relationship. That's what I want.
Bible talks about a good friend is a companion for all times, and I might misquote that, but the idea is still there.
Yeah.
And that's what I think the balance between male and female interactions should be. You know, what does he bring to the table? I love what you said. You know, there's a balance. It's a working relationship, kind of like a mechanism to keep things going for that couple and their family. sounds great to me.
Some people lose that balance.
But a lot of people don't believe that these days. I think that we've become, this whole male, female, we've become so haughty in our ideas. And there's no balance in it. When someone's got to be better than the other, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's hard.
That's
real
where
hard.
people's heads are at these days, when it should be, you're both part of a mechanism that gets somewhere.
And so then the final question was, what do you wish him to ask you to bring? So what would you, as a man, want to bring to a relationship?
Me as a man?
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want to bring? Now you heard what I look for.
To the female.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you like to bring to a relationship?
Whatever she needs, whatever she's lacking, I guess. It's supposed to be that connection. The working gears. What do you need? I don't know if I can answer that question, because it's a very broad thing.
It's really a girly kind of question.
No, there are different types of women across the world, and women have different ideas of what they need.
Exactly.
American women, seems to me that they want money and power and a little bit of...
Well, not all of them.
But at the same time, if you go a little bit more east, those women just want men to be men. Go out there and do the man shit, and I will stay here and do the woman shit. And when you come home, I'll trim your nails. You got food. I got food for you. I'll fuck you later, and we'll start it all over. And everyone seems to be happy. So I'm not really sure what you're asking here. Right. I don't know.
It just that's the question on the Reddit.
Different balances everywhere, man.
Yeah. All right. I have another one. Okay. Relationship question.
Oh God, what the fuck do I know?
Well, we haven't done this episode in such these questions from the internet in such a long time. I just wanted to bring something fun and kind of...
it's fun. Questions from the internet.
These are good questions.
Yeah.
We sound more intelligent than we are.
Even though I don't know shit. I don't know shit.
I, male customer, want to ask a woman employee at a store. I want to make sure I can't get her in trouble for doing so. If there are rules against it, what's the best way to do it? I'm up for ideas. I'm also a regular and talk with the staff. I'm very friendly, quite bubbly. I've been going to this location for 6 months or more now, maybe close to a year. I'm also good being told that this is a horrible idea. Can you talk me down before I do something? So how do you initiate, let's say it's your...
no, I get it.
Your hostess with the mostest at the bud tender.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. How do you initiate that? You sort of built a repertoire with this lady.
Yeah, totally.
How do you do this?
Well, you're a perfect example of that, Pixie. Where did you meet Big D?
I met him at the strip club.
Right. Didn't we have another episode, Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah.
They found each other, Yeah. I worked in several restaurants where I saw the waitresses were always dating the customers, especially in the late night engagements, So...
How do you engage?
Yeah. Gotta ask her out, dude.
You gotta take that bullet.
Yeah, don't be a creep about it,
Yes,
and don't throw other people in the mix. Don't go around asking if she's going. Find out if she's married. Find out if she's seeing someone. If she's not seeing someone, she seems to be single. One day, muster up the courage and say, "Yo, hey, something's going on. Hey, there's a new game.
Would you like to go see a movie?
Would you like to get something to eat?"
And if she says no, that's okay.
Yeah.
Take that
but be cool about it.
Yeah,
so,
don't flip out.
Be like, yo, man, I just wanted to let you know that you're a good-looking lady, and I thought we had a very good rapport, and I'm sorry that, maybe that we can't date, but I just wanted to acknowledge you.
Yeah, just know that...
Half the time they love that shit.
Yeah, just know that sometimes a woman, she may not be into you.
No,
and just take it...
But confidently walk away.
Yeah, don't...
And at the same time, don't ignore her, and I've been guilty of this, because women change their minds very quickly. Sometimes she'll think to herself, or situations will change, and she'll throw it back at you, and you'll completely miss it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So don't leave yourself.
You got to know social cues. You've got to know that when's the right time. You got to know when to take a no. If she says
take a no.
Take a no. Yeah.
But come back to bat again if you're into her.
Understand that not everybody is in the right time for certain relationships. And you got to understand that she might not just be flirting with you. She might be flirting with everybody. Maybe she's really just nice to everybody. And that's how the way the industry is.
And clerks do that, and cashiers.
And they're not flirting with you because
they're just cool.
They're just cool people, yeah.
I'm working for 8 hours. I might as well be nice to people,
Right.
So... but you can take the risk and say, because sometimes it does work out.
Yeah, you can totally go out, especially if they're not dating anybody, or especially if they don't have a ring on their finger.
That's a good cue.
Yeah.
Look for the ring.
Look for the ring. Look for certain things. Look for maybe she's being overly friendly, like touchy, where she
look for the touch.
Where
look
she
for the
touches
touch.
your hand,
Yeah.
those kind of things. But if you get shot down, know that that's okay, and
walk away confidently. And the next time you see her, still be cool, and just keep your ear open if that option comes back
Don't ever trash the person you've asked out. Don't ever talk bad about the person that you've asked out. That makes you look bitter and not really somebody. Sometimes a girl will say no just to see how you react.
Yep.
Sometimes it's to see
You're right, dude.
It might be your character.
Right.
They might want to know, is this guy really into me, or is he being a dick? There's social cues all the way around, and you just got to look for it. All right, let's go for another question. I have a whole bunch. I'm sorry, Jay.
This is good.
Okay, here we go. Happy New Year. Here we go. Starting fresh in the
New Year. It'd be jerky time.
How would you handle the past relationships? Questioning when you get back into dating. Okay, here it goes. I've been single for 2 years now after leaving a long-term emotional abusive relationship. I haven't been ready to date and still dealing with the trauma.
Is this a woman or a dude?
I don't know, but it sounds very sad. I think I'm almost ready to start dating again soon. I was wondering, how should I handle my past relationship questions? Like, my ex was my first and only boyfriend, so now I'm in my 20s and I have no experience dating.
Fuck.
Yeah. Is this even a common topic? If somebody asks me about my ex, how do I handle something like that? What point is it appropriate to bring them up that you're an abusive survivor? First of all.
Well, what kind of abuse are we talking about?
It doesn't say. So what I'm going to say is that whatever you went through, you have to get...
you have to get far from it.
You have to go talk to somebody.
You got to acknowledge it.
Yeah, you have to acknowledge what happened. If you just...
And you have to acknowledge your role in it as well.
Yeah.
If you want any growth.
If you went through such trauma, you need to say something about it, or it will come up to bite you in the past.
Yeah.
Because the person that you're going to be dating has nothing to do with your past trauma.
But you're bringing all that baggage from the last trip that you were on.
And it's going to make the next relationship hard. Mm-hmm. So what you have to do is you have to take smaller steps. Go out for coffee. Go out for a movie.
I remember those
dating.
Days. Go out for
you remember that
coffee.
word?
Yeah.
Dating? Do we do that anymore?
I don't know.
know.
Everything's VR now.
My thing is that you should go out and have dates. There should be a smaller get to know you kind of process. Yeah. Know the person before you jumping on that
jumping
grenade.
on that grenade. Yeah.
Jumping on that grenade.
God damn, that's good. That's got to be another shirt, y'all.
Yeah,
we need to do that.
Don't jump on that grenade.
Oh, that's awesome. No, jump on that grenade.
Learn how you are in a dating situation before you jump on the grenade.
Okay.
Go
totally.
on smaller dates. Get to know the person. Go and
take your time.
Go and pay 50-50 on the date. Get to know the person. Yeah. Do dates where
but
there's
men
not...
do man shit too, because women do appreciate having their door. Now, I'm not going to do it all the time.
Right.
Okay? And especially the car door. You can open your own car door.
I can.
But I will open the door for you as we're entering a building, because you're my lady.
Right. And
so keep doing man shit.
Go back to having the courting, the dating.
Yeah.
Before you... If that's your past, get to know somebody and get to know them beforehand. It's really simple. It could take a couple of dates, but know who you are and go seek real help and address those issues from your past. That's what I'm saying.
Love it.
I'm so old. I feel like I'm such an old.
Hey, and y'all don't be so quick to be fucking each other.
Yeah.
Give it a second. Figure out that person before you jump on it. Honestly.
Okay, one more. One more.
Are we running that long in the tooth? God damn.
We are. Well, that's all I had for questions.
Okay.
So, all right. Really, these are all so young people. We're in our 40s. So
love you guys.
Love you guys.
Hey, we've done some pretty fucked
up shit.
I've done some pretty fucked up shit.
Okay.
My friend Pixie, she's vanilla.
I'm still spicy vanilla. Right?
Well,
No,
yeah.
I'm still vanilla. Whatever. Relationship question. My girlfriend, 14, and I, or 19.
Wait a minute.
19,
What? You
sorry.
said 14?
I mean 19 female, and I'm 19 female. So two females
Yes,
have
okay.
been dating for a couple months
Two
now.
females have been dating.
They're
Oh,
young.
No.
They are adults.
Y'all don't know what you're doing. You're just
Personally-
girlfriends that happen to be touching each other.
Personally, I'm on more the masculine side. I mean, my hair is long and curly. I dress in more masculine when she is girlier than me. I recently found that I'm pretty insecure because she's hung out with a guy.
This is so much role play. I
19
love it. It's a turn on.
19 male.
I've seen a porno like this.
When one of the other till 2 a.m. She's flirted with her and her best friend, 19 female, who she used to have a thing with. She says she's just into girls being girls, and they're just generally friends. I don't like it that it was with somebody she had something with. I feel like I'm not getting reassured because of how physically present. Should I bring this up? Okay, for one
No,
thing.
you know what? First of all, explain what the hell she's saying.
So here's what's going on. She's young.
Yes, she's 19.
Her girlfriend's young.
19.
And her girlfriend is friendly with multiple people.
Okay, people or other girls?
Girls and guys.
Okay.
Okay.
So her girlfriend's a slut.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah.
We don't know that. We're not going to slut shame here. So what I'm saying is that girl, sweetie, you guys are young. Young.
Believe you.
So
You'll
young.
think back on this person in the
go.
next 20 years and go, what the fuck
What
was
was
I
that?
thinking?
Yeah.
Yo,
young.
dude.
You're young.
Man.
So right now, she's
and your
your friend-
girlfriend doesn't know whether or not she likes dick. Trust, okay?
So-
if she's batting for both teams, she hasn't
Yeah.
figured it out yet.
and for her
But believe she likes
and
dick.
for your girlfriend to be flirting with another guy or with another girl, that means that your girlfriend's probably not into you, or she's into
Nope.
everybody. And realistically, it's hard because I'm older and I see it. I can see it. I see what's coming up ahead. Just take care of yourself. Maybe redefine your relationship with this individual and know where you stand, because it doesn't sound like it sounds like you're going to get your heart broken. And then that's no good, because then that leads to a pint of ice cream. It's no good.
I'm trying to be so well behaved
I
in
know,
this
you're so good.
conversation because the thing is, I know I'm going to be, man, if Twitter ever gets their hands on this, you're 19 years
so young,
old,
so
dude.
young.
You don't know what the fuck you're doing yet. You don't. Okay, so just
Boundaries. Put up boundaries, and if you don't feel like you're being respected in the relationship, reevaluate the relationship, get to know yourself, and maybe say, no, I don't want to be in this relationship. There's nothing wrong with telling yourself the truth.
yeah, be honest with yourself.
Be honest with yourself. It seems like a shady deal. It's a shady deal.
All right.
Those
Just
are,
being real.
those
I'm
are
just
my
being
questions.
real.
What do you
All right.
have for us today?
Okay, so all right, so good topic.
Good
today.
topic, yeah.
I get that. Yeah, no, it's good. I didn't know what I want to talk about this weekend, but this
This is really good.
is a good one.
We'll bring it back in season 4.
Season 4. We're coming on that very, very soon. So we were supposed to hang out with Steve the Door Guy today, and the only reason I bring that up is because we talked about it last week.
We have him
We have
scheduled.
to stop saying what we're going to do
Yes,
next week.
I
if we
tell
can't
you every
do it.
time. We have him scheduled for next week.
Yes.
So he will be here in the studio.
So
the
folks on Twitter
doorman will be
Spaces,
here.
Be here because
Yes,
see
it's
if
gonna
the
be
door
great.
guy is fucking awesome, dude. So we'll be promoting that all
All
this
day.
week.
Yeah.
So I figured we close out the show with something we haven't done since I think episode 1. We did Never Have I Ever.
I think we did it in season 3 as well.
No.
I think it came in
Well,
season
it was
3.
in season 3. I think it was like
season
episode
2.
1
Season
or
2.
No, we didn't.
Because we talked about decent takes, and that's where the Never Have I Ever came up afterwards.
She's wrong.
I'm not
She's
wrong.
Okay, go back into season 2 and
always
you
on
show
the
me.
right. So I am right. Yeah. So what Never Have I Ever do you have for us?
So I'm trying
today?
to figure out where we were.
Doesn't matter. Just scroll. Give it a couple of scrolls.
I hate it when you do that.
give it a
I'm
couple-
trying to find out where we were because I don't want to answer the same shit that we answered last time.
Then, unless you've been religiously listening to us every single episode, you wouldn't know if we answered them or
That's
not.
a good point.
It
That's
is
a very
true.
good point.
It's very true.
So for
So what do you got?
podcaster friends are going to call us out on this bullshit.
Well, I'm prepared. Porn stash.
All right. Okay, so I will start with Never Have I Ever. Now, this is a game that we used to play back in the day
Yes.
when we went out and did shit. This is a fun,
It used to be a drinking game.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And you can totally get laid from this game, so it's part of Denver
I never
adult
got
nightlife.
laid from this game.
All right. Never have I ever been in handcuffs. I think we did that last time because I know I said
I
I've
was
done
gonna
it.
say, yeah, duh.
Never have I ever done it on my period. And I think we did that
You
last
can't.
time.
You can answer it from the guy's
I've
perspective.
done it on yeah.
I've done it on my period. Yeah,
Pretty
it's
gross.
messy. Put down a towel. Take a shower. It'll being on your period and having sex. It definitely can put a damper in the mood. And women are definitely more emotional at that time, so they probably don't feel very confident
I
in their
love how
body.
medical and scientific you're about and talking about this shit, dude. Whatever.
Well, it's not dirty. It's it's gross, and a lot of us don't talk about it.
No, we don't talk about it.
And we don't talk about it.
But we all do it.
We all do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing
It's
wrong.
messy.
It's messy. You just clean it up
Yeah.
and you act like an
And
adult.
you don't think about
and
it
if you
afterwards.
don't like it, then don't do it.
Okay.
And you just have to know that some women are very emotional during that time.
Really?
Yeah. You like how adult I am?
Yeah, that's great.
Like how charming
No, that's
I am.
good, dude.
I'm getting all of this better medical speak from my friend Donna, Dr. J, who hosts sexual.
Let's time.
She's
talking about the penis.
fantastic. She talks about sexuality, and she hosts an awesome Twitter space. And
I'm not fucking with. I mean, I love it. But they're so technical.
when we do season 4,
Yeah.
and we're
doing live,
we're going to
stuff.
get her on the show so she can.
She's gonna hate me.
She's gonna love you.
No, she's gonna hate
gonna
me.
love you because she's
I'm
gonna.
a dog.
You're gonna be able to ask her all of the technical sexual questions
Yeah.
you've ever and she's used to it.
Okay.
She's used to it. She's written books.
I'm gonna be nasty.
Oh,
Okay.
And she'll handle you like there's no other. What else you got?
Never have I ever licked food off of someone.
I totally have.
Yeah, totally.
Women and men. Mostly whipped cream.
What was that? That was that movie. I think it was 10. Was it with Mickey Rourke?
I don't remember.
No, it wasn't. It was Daryl Hannah. No, God, there's a movie out there. I swear. Hey, if any of you guys remember the movie, it's got a very very cool sex scene where they're fucking in front of a refrigerator. It's awesome.
Huh.
Okay. Never have I ever been with someone 10 inches or longer.
I have not.
Nope, haven't.
Well, you're a guy, so
Yeah, right.
no, I have not 10 inches or longer. No.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Never have I ever showered with the same sex. Well, in a locker room situation.
I've showered with women before. It doesn't really do anything.
Like in a
for
shower
me.
shower?
Like in a shower.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's hot.
I guess. Yeah.
All right.
Meh.
Never have I ever slept with twins.
No.
Oh man,
No,
that
I know.
is that's
is
a
like
fantasy,
that's
dude.
Like,
that's
like a #1 fantasy.
that is
isn't
like
it?
the #1 bucket list, item, dude. I'm all about
yours
that.
and little people, midgets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or twin little people. But she's got to be hot. They got to be hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you know a set of hot twins, Mr. J.
Hot twin little people. That'd be the
Yes.
shit.
Let
And
us
we'll
know.
film it too. It'd be awesome.
It'll be behind Patreon.
Never have I ever caught my parents doing it. I know a lot of people that have, but I have not, and thank God.
I have never, but I did hear them. I did hear them.
You ever heard them?
I've heard them, but
I've never heard my
I
parents.
never caught them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I didn't even think they did it because you
didn't
never hear anything from
Well,
them.
my parents fought with each other like cats and dogs. So, but I did.
But if they're fighting, you gotta assume they're fucking real good, right?
I don't think so.
No. Most people do great mad sex.
I believe that my parents did not like each other at the end.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's really, and that's gonna be really fucked up because if I ever have kids, they're gonna hear mommy and daddy all the time. Never have I ever sucked my partner's toes. Yes, I do, but I fucking hate it. I think it's gross.
Absolutely not. Big D would kick me in the face if I tried to
Try to
suck
suck
on
his
his toe.
toes?
He hates
Does
his.
he suck your toes?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, toes are fucking gross.
Those are weird.
Never have I ever screwed around in an elevator.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, totally.
And there's video, like in the elevators.
Is there really?
Not video of me, but most of the elevators have video.
I think the last time I was in an elevator was years ago. Was at the
Hotel.
allegedly, so I don't go to jail.
Hotel elevators.
Allegedly at the Tivoli.
Okay.
When it was a part of the college downtown.
Oh my goodness.
And it was a glass elevator.
Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah. So yeah. Never have I ever had an STD.
Yes, I got one year, and it was from who should not be named.
Really? That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. I've had a secondary yeast infection. As far as I'm real careful. I'm cautious.
Yeah, you got to be careful with yeast infections because they can spread.
Yeah.
I've known dancers to get yeast infections on their boobs.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh shit! I did not know this
From the
possible.
strip club, when I used to work, there was a couple of us who would religiously wipe down all of the stages, all of the poles and everything, because you never know what somebody else has. And if a girl has a yeast infection and she doesn't wipe down the stage afterwards,
You can get it on your chest.
you can get it on your chest
Wow.
because it's like a athlete's foot.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can get it on like your elbow or something, and it can just spread.
The more you know.
And it has to be treated. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Sucks.
See, you learn some shit on this show, dude.
So you have to be able to take care of yourself and your body, and it's not just one thing when we're a stripper. There's so much you have to take care of your health, your mental health. You know,
and just don't be fucking everybody, boys and girls. Use all your
stop
senses.
jumping
Look
on
at
those
it,
grenades.
smell it. Honestly, there's a lot more that goes into take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Never
get checked up.
Yeah. Never have I ever given / received a lap dance.
Yes, we
we're
have.
both.
We've totally received lap dances.
Yeah,
in probably more than 1,000.
It's pretty much a job requirement.
Yeah, you have to give and to know and to get.
Never have I ever required medical attention due to a foreign object stuck inside my body.
I've never had that happen.
Why is that even in here?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
When we get Pollyanna, who's a nurse of our friend, she's a friend nurse podcaster.
Yeah.
She deals with that all of the time as a medical professional.
I've got to hear these
So
stories.
we have to
we
get
have
her
to get
on.
the live shit going.
We got to get her on.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
Never have I ever used a friend's pleasure toys.
No, I'm not borrowing somebody else's toys. No.
That's fucking gross.
No, I didn't even.
Do people do that?
Remember the story that me in Las Vegas with the power tools?
Yeah.
I didn't use that thing, but it was definitely used on multiple women. The power. If you guys don't remember that story, I told Jay about the time I went to Las Vegas, and this was This was years ago. This was in the 2000s, where they had a power tool that had a dick attachment to it. And that story is quite crazy. You remember that story?
Yeah, I do.
So if you guys,
it's gross.
if you have time, go back and listen to that episode because it's hilarious.
You're just gonna have to look through all of them to find it.
You're gonna. You don't do show notes at all. You're terrible.
No.
One more. Give us one more.
Right, two more.
Two more.
Never have I ever been upset with a partner for not performing well.
I have, and it's not the partner that I wasn't angry with the partner. I was angry with myself because of how selfish I was being.
I guess it's different for a guy, because because I can really get you in the mood,
Sure.
I know certain tricks to kind of get you there.
Like twisting the headlamps and pulling the clutch and.
Wow. I love you, Pixie.
I love you, Jay.
Okay. I guess more if you're not into it, that counts as your performance. If I'm not seeing you're into it, then what's the fucking point in doing it?
Yeah.
So I've been
knowing
upset
their
before.
body and their love language really helps.
So you can do better than that. Okay, so last one. Never have I ever sent someone a picture of my stuff.
I've definitely. These are lame questions. Lame. I have definitely sent my my hoo-ha and titties to various amounts of people.
Sometimes I've autographed it.
And as you should. Nice gold marker right there, right across. Yeah. Do people
Welcome to Jamaica, man. Have a nice day.
You don't call your dick the truth anymore?
No, I changed it.
Oh, okay. To welcome to Jamaica?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So this has been an awesome, podcast episode.
This one's been fun. Okay.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited. The things that we're doing. Last month, December was good for us, even though we missed out one episode.
Yeah, sorry. I was sick, man.
It's
Hey,
okay.
once y'all pay me, I'll start doing
We're working on that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had such a good time. Is there anybody you want to shout out?
Hey, I want to say Merry New Year to all of my friends on Twitter, and I know I'm not up there that much, saying everything to everyone. It's just easier for me to do it from the podcast. Thank you so much, dude.
Yes.
You guys it's been fun.
Yes.
We're sharing all kinds of wacky shit.
Yes.
Thanks for the follows and throwing more members or subscribers or friends. I have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Absolutely. I want to
appreciate
give
that.
a shout out to my friend Kitty, Princess Kitty.
Okay.
She's one of our good friends on the Twitter space.
Oh, and Sissy J. I love her.
I love
Sissy J is
Sissy.
my girl.
Oh man, she is such a podcaster's friend. She's amazing, and she's been listening to us for a very long time.
Yeah.
I also
Nerd in Texas.
Nerd in
Love
Texas.
her.
She gave me one of her tumblers that had Hawkeye, the TV show, on it.
Oh, okay, cool. The Kate Bishop or Clint Barton?
The Clint Barton.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was really cool. We have met a lot of people along the way. My new interview with Jeff, the podcast father, is coming out next month.
Okay.
Where he just talks about us and the story of how we got our podcast
I'm
together.
gonna have to put like a mafioso type theme whenever we mention him, because he's like the podcast father, man. Kiss the ring.
Yeah.
It's great to be acknowledged by him.
A lot of those are fun. I did my first audio acting through a podcast, which is Omega Star 7.
Voiceover?
A voiceover,
Did
yeah.
you really?
I am a space mouse on Omega Star 7. That's a spoiler, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's really fun. They have a whole audio drama where they have this whole cowboy western set up in space, and I'm one of their characters.
Fucking A, man.
So,
It's great.
you
Check that out.
Yeah.
Check that out. It's awesome.
And if you get the chance, share this episode with a friend.
Yes, please.
That's really our big call to action every time.
Yep. Just one person.
Just one.
You know a stripper, hang out with a stripper, worked with a stripper, or just somebody's driving with you to work, have it on the radio and say, hey, you need to check this shit out.
So you guys got one more week to give us a 5-star Apple review about the podcast.
And you get to get
screenshot
that first. You get to get that first T-shirt.
Yeah.
Next on Stage 1 T-shirt.
If you go to Apple and you give us a 5-star review, you screenshot it, you send it to the Facebook, which is...
Yes, Next on Stage 1.
Or you send it to me on Twitter, Next on Stage 1, or even the Instagram. It doesn't matter where it is. Just take a screenshot of it. Let us know that that is you. And we have a size large men's T-shirt to give away next week on the show. So you have one more week,
folks,
to get it out there. Okay? So this has been a great show.
I had a lot of fun with y'all.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do something really fun next week, so be here.
All kinds of fun. I can't wait.
All right.
This season of Getting Down and Dirty.
And getting down and
has
dirty.
been so much fun.
Getting down and dirty.
So thank you, guys. My name is Pixie.
And I'm Mr. J.
And you'll never know what we're going to do next on Stage 1.
Talk hard, Denver.
Bye, guys.
Talk to you soon.
That was a great show. Yeah.